Nanny still among us?
I can feel the spirit of Nanny among us.
Nanny was Nanny, you know, she was somewhere else mystical all the time.
You know, Nanny's story of what, deflecting the bullets of British soldiers.
For over 30 years, I've studied groups and societies across the Caribbean, the Pacific region, North and South America, and Asia. I have been able to gain insight into how we as human beings affect and are affected by the world around us. Come journey with us as we explore the life and science of the Caribbean and its diaspora. I am Ian Boxer. Welcome to Carib Explorer.
We've gone through various iterations, though, of where materials are stored. So these collections have been spread out, they're missing information, they're in need of rehab.
So all of these have to do
This portion
of Nanny Town.
right here, we mix, and Nanny Town is an interesting story. You're mainly seeing colonial period material culture here, but it's at Nanny Town, you've got pre-Columbian Amerindians, the first Jamaicans, you have that evidence. It's not necessarily this clean layering, though, where you have first people, or transplanted African, runaways, Maroons, and then British. You see these materials mixing together, bringing to light the idea that Maroons, indigenous peoples, so different layers of indigenous peoples at these sites interacting, and European ceramics showing how are Maroon populations accessing these materials. Is it through all of what we hear about? Is it raiding? There's also trading, there's interaction, there's alliances. So these sites just reveal a tremendous diversity of materials that we need to spend some more time, I think, hashing out these stories. Yes. I'll tell you, when people see the musket balls in the Nanny Town collection, they imagine, you know, Nanny's story of what, deflecting the bullets of British soldiers. I'm going to contrast that style of pipe, though, to something that we have back there, which is a locally made tobacco pipe, likely a Maroon, enslaved African, a runaway would have made that, and then you've got a lot of those. Scissors and other tools that demonstrate the work that people did themselves and dressing them up in, you know, buckles for their pants, for their shoes. This button right here, I think we can take it out. That's a British military button. People use objects in a variety of creative ways. This is the extent of our Nanny Town materials on display. We've got a lot more work that we can provide or that we can put in.
One man said Paul was a recent runaway. One man Tom said he was one of Nanny's lovers. But we really don't know here. I don't know. All I know is that he was the leader, military leader, that defeated the British on the Spanish River.
So we've come here to the Charlestown Museum, where we will look at some displays about Maroons. Hi.
Aquaba.
Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
Okay.
What was developed after the British brought the missionary
Right.
to actually teach them English. But they do a combination of the Twi and the English. Thus you have patois.
Okay.
And that was used to communicate so the British couldn't understand.
Okay. Let's hear the word again so that all of us can remember.
Mante.
Mante, and it means?
Welcome.
Welcome. So how do I say thank you?
Medasi.
Medasi.
So the word asafo means to dance. Inside this space is where the people would gather. So back then the Maroon would have gathered in their asafo yard to build themselves for battle, such as which sound to listen for from the abeng, at what time of the day the abeng would be blowing, and where they would have actually meet at the end of the day.
So you mentioned a word, abeng. What is it used for?
So the abeng is the first wireless means of communication for the Maroons. They would have used the abeng to communicate from one end to the other. It is used back then to speak on the path that they meet whenever someone died or give birth. The British could not locate Nanny. They could not catch Nanny or pinpoint Nanny at any given time.
Is Nanny still among us?
Well, I can feel the spirit of Nanny among us.
Okay.
On the door of our museum is the Sankofa bird. The angles are the Adenkwa symbol of the Sankofa deity. The eggs represent the future. The bird takes oil from its tail feather to maintain the rest of the body to preserve the future.
Okay.
Welcome to our museum.
Okay.
Remember I tell you that Nanny had safeguarded people from Nanny Town?
Right.
So this was when the British was destroying Nanny Town. That was done in 1734. Then 1738, Nanny went across to stop Kodjo from signing the treaty, but he had already signed the treaty which grant autonomy to the people. So Nanny had played a great part in the Maroon gaining their freedom in one sense, but didn't want them to sign in another. We still use the abeng to say, we're cleaning the town, we're cleaning the cemetery, a baby is born, someone has died, and much more.
Okay.
So he is going to blow the abeng for you.
Okay, you can't blow it, no?
I only can make sound, so I'd rather the abeng blow. So I've walked you through this museum. I must bore you to death, but I'm going to cheer you up now.
Okay.
So this is where you're going to do the romantic dance for yourself.